Morning everyone, welcome back to Naked Dad. I'm Bonny Sulistyo. Now today we are going to make sourdough. But first of all, what we need is a rising agent, which is leaven. Leaven, not 11. And that's basically a live culture, it's like a yeast. Very simple to make, and it is something a must do for everybody that's making bread, especially sourdough. Okay, let's make a start by adding 1 scoop of flour to 1.5 scoop of water. Now that's gonna make some like a slurry sort of mix, slightly heavier than a slurry, almost like a really wet dough. Now be extra sure to stir the flour in the water really well, so make sure that it's all covered and wet. And what we're going to do after this is set it aside with a cling wrap. So now we're going to set that aside for 2 days. Once we reach to our second day, we're going to now need to feed the leaven. Okay, we're going to unwrap the flask and we're going to take out 80% of it, which I've already done. And we're also going to add 1 scoop of water. I'll show you my scoop, you can use whatever you like. And also 1 scoop of flour into the 20%. And now we're going to mix it together really well and let that ferment again for another couple of days. Now 2 days after, you're going to do exactly the same thing. Take out 80% again and add another scoop of flour to another scoop of water and mix it again. You're going to do that for a week. So after a week, you should have a product that looks like this. It has lots of bubbles, and that's a really nice leaven. Okay, now our leaven's ready. Let's make a sourdough bread. Right, we're going to start by adding 5 tablespoons of leaven into 2 cups of water, lukewarm water. Now we're going to feed that leaven back. We're going to add another scoop of flour, another scoop of water after we've done this, and that way you're going to continue having a stock of your yeast, and you can have this leaven for as long as you want, up to 40 years if you want to. So now we're going to stir it together and incorporate the leaven and the water mixed together. Then we're going to add 3 scoops or 3 cups of plain flour or baker's flour, strong flour. We're going to just use white flour for this, for the sake of this bread. You can also use rye flour and wholemeal flour. That'll have a really great taste for your bread. So far we just got the water and the leaven and the actual flour. Okay, now we're going to wet our hands and we're going to mix the dough with our hands using a scooping method. Basically just putting your hand underneath the dough and just flick it around and push it against the wall. And once that's done, just let that rest. We're going to keep that resting under a damp towel for about 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, we're going to add our salt in there, 15 grams of it. And then we're going to start folding our dough. So this is all happening while you're cooking other things, like you're making dinner or whatever. You just, oh, okay, you're going to fold this, so you need to fold that. Then you're going to leave it again for another 45 minutes or so. Let's say dinner's finished and you're doing some dishes, and after you've finished cleaning the kitchen, fold it again. So don't sort of dedicate yourself doing this. I find if you start, if you do other things as well as while you're making this, you're definitely going to find this a rewarding thing. But if you're constantly waiting, it's going to feel like it's going to take a long time and you can't be bothered doing it. So Yep, now we're going to fold it again. This is after another 45 minutes. Okay, good morning. So we've let that dough rest in the fridge last night. So what happens, it's just rised and it's collapsed again. So now what we're going to do is fold it. You notice how I fold it? It's just basically grabbing it from the middle and then folding it over the top. Next day, you're just going to fold this once while your Dutch oven is warming in the oven. So you're going to let that warm in the oven for around about 20 minutes at the highest heat possible, like about 220 or 250. Now we're going to take out the Dutch oven and put the dough inside it. Score it, place the lid back on, put it back in the oven. Now I like to cook this pretty high, like about 220 degrees.
Off to school, everybody!
And cook that for about half an hour to 40 minutes. Now, you know, this time you're going to do that early in the morning, so you're going to take the kids to school. So you set your timer, you take your kids to school, and you're off.
Okie dokie.
How about we do it off?
Now we're back home from dropping the kids off at school, and we're going to check our bread, and voila, your sourdough is ready to go. No, it's not actually ready to go yet. We're going to let that sit and rest for about 30 minutes, so have patience. This is for lunch. This is going to be for your lunch. I also put some chicken in the oven, a whole chicken in, as I was preheating the oven all the way till the bread was cooking, so about an hour's worth I had the chicken in there for. And yeah, we're ready to go. Yeah, your bread's got really nice bubbles in it, and it's nice and light in the middle. Crust is very nice, really crusted. Now you can take a little bit step further by putting it back into the oven until the bread gets darker, the actual crust gets darker, and that will make a really nice, really crunchy crust. So it's up to you, because this particular one I found the crust sort of went soft after around about a day, and it didn't maintain that nice crusty crust for, like, you know, over 24 hours. Okay, so we're just going to have a plate up now of some chicken salad with the bread and the potato and some gravy that was made from the left of the jus and the sediments of the pan. Have a great week, everyone, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. It's only got 4 ingredients in it: salt, water, leaven and flour. It's just simple as that. No added additives or anything like that, like the supermarket bought stuff. No plastic wrapping. Please make your own bread, save the world, save your tummy, and enjoy. Okay, we'll see you for the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this channel. Thanks guys, see you for the next one. Catch ya.